Hello there, it's Heidi Sawyer. Welcome to this short session in which I'm going to show you what Inspire is and how it can help you move forward in life. So the story of Jack and Draker is an inspiring one. This 15-year-old schoolboy recently bounced up to collect his $75,000 science award. Who is he? He created a simple paper test. And what it is, it's a strip test that's more than 90% accurate and thousands less expensive than today's standard diagnostic tests for pancreatic cancer. Now, this is a 15-year-old boy who has created this particular test, who's recently won this science award. This is a monumental breakthrough. It's an incredible breakthrough from a 15-year-old who hasn't even taken his exams yet. Okay, this little lad, really that's what he is, hasn't even taken his exams, and he has made an incredible scientific and medical breakthrough. Pancreatic cancer, currently, it only has a 5.5 survival rate. So early detection is absolutely vital. Why am I telling you this story? Because this young man who's created this incredible breakthrough is a sensitive. Okay, how do I know? How do I know that this young man is? Well, these are the signs. Okay, he was moved. It wasn't about him. He was moved to develop the test and come up with answers to question the way things are done after his uncle died of pancreatic cancer. He lost someone close to him. How do I know he's a sensitive? The idea came to him as an intuitive epiphany when he was daydreaming in a biology class. Now, some reports say that he was in fact kind of sneakily reading an article when he was thinking about it. So he was thinking about it in a biology class. He was daydreaming, which is something that sensitives do. Okay, he was rejected by 197 researchers when he was looking for a lab to test his theory. Why anyone would want to reject a 15-year-old lad who, even if he was wrong, was showing incredible enthusiasm, but 197 researchers rejected his idea. Yet he was passionate. He was passionate enough to carry on until someone did support him and he was given space in a lab to test his theory. His intention was the all-important thing. It was something bigger than himself. It meant that he was doing it for reasons beyond his own desires. His long-term plan, what is it? What is his long-term plan? Now, for a non-sensitive, maybe it would be to sell his invention to the highest bidder as far as the pharmaceutical company is concerned. Well, his intention is not with selling it for recognition within the science and pharmaceutical industry, which would be most people's process. But as a sensitive, it's not. What he wants is to mass market his invention because he wants people to have access to it, and he wants people to have access to it in a cheap way. Okay, his dream, and there has been dozens of interviews across the world and articles written on this young lad in the last few weeks, months. Okay, but his dream is for people to be in charge of their own health, to have their own authority, and for him to be able to increase his abilities and his knowledge and his instinct to be able to create these simple ways that people can take charge of their own life. That is a sensitive. That young man has pushed for recognition over and above himself. His contribution means more than his fear. This is the key thing. His contribution means more than his fear. He is a sensitive in action. This is what they look like in action. This is what you look like in action. Okay? The time of the creative sensitive is now. It's not in the future. It's not any other time when you've done this and you've done that. It's right now. Okay? Sensitives are here. You are here to make a difference. Your purpose, every sensitive's purpose, is to form some form of contribution. And before you're thinking, well, Heidi, I'm not going to create the next scientific thing that's going to make this incredible breakthrough. Well, this 15-year-old boy has. Okay, if a 15-year-old boy can, so can you in areas where it's relevant in your life. Sensitives are here to live a life of meaning, okay, not existence, meaning, engagement, to work where they feel connected and where they fit in, okay, so where things fit in. Now this young man, for instance, Jack, he didn't fit in 197 people's perspectives, okay, but he carried on because what he was doing meant more than him. A sensitive's journey is to feel passionate about their intentions, okay? So why aren't they? Why aren't sensitives doing what they're supposed to be doing, to overstepping authority, prior ways of doing things and stepping forward? Why aren't they doing it? The only reason is fear. Inspire is the event of the year for sensitives, okay? It's the courage to be yourself, to find that inspirational part of you, okay? To overcome those fears.
She is the inspiration for thousands across the globe, an author, presenter and speaker. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Heidi Sawyer.
I just felt I had nothing to lose, and I've just gained everything. You gain many insights into myself and the journey that I'm on. It's given me the opportunity to look at myself in a different light. I actually did learn a lot more about me as a soul in what Heidi's taught us. It just feels totally and utterly right. It's inspirational. I just feel that when you talk about your psychic ability, it's just really at one with everything else. And I think it's helped me to stop putting a label on that and just accept that it really is at one with what I am.
Before I came to Inspire, I had no hope. I thought I was going to be really, really low for the rest of my life. I was trapped with emotions. And since I've met Heidi, she's done so much and opened my emotions out, and I feel like I've got a lot of hope and joy for my life to come with my son, and realise that actually I can get over the challenges of my past life.
It's a different way of approaching what is really quite crucial and one of the key aspects of healing, whether it's for yourself or whether you want to apply healing to another person.
Heidi helped me to absolutely transform my perception of myself and to just be able to accept that I am who I am and that I do have the abilities to do what I want to do. And ultimately, I am living my dream.
I actually have a greater grasp of life than I actually imagined I had. And that's been a huge clarity thing for me. But thoroughly enjoyed Heidi. I think she's a very relaxed approach. She's a very good communicator, which is essential if you're teaching such very fine work, because not everybody can grasp that inner stuff, and it needs to be taught with a definite kind of clarity.
and I think she has that, which is great.
Really, really enjoyed it. It's been amazing, absolutely amazing. It's lifted my energy immensely. That's all I can say.
Now in history, now in this point in time, is the new opportunity for consciousness, new engagement within the self. It is the time for you to recognize your skills as a sensitive, to listen to your intuitive nature, and to solve what every sensitive has going on for them at some level, and some have it more than others. It's to solve the overwhelm. It is to heal the past and embrace the present. I'm not going to say the future, because people tend to live in the past or what might be in the future. The actual strength in anything is in the now. So it's about you able to feel engaged enough, passionate enough to want to engage with your present with confidence, to finally accept your intuitive and healing abilities. Every sensitive has them to some extent, some more than others, some realize it more than others. But you do have this instinct within you that is not going to go away. It is also to use those skills in the new working environment. If you think you're not appreciated in your working environment, it's because you're not engaging the new skills. When I was starting out as a sensitive, not really understanding what on earth was going on for me, there was no support, okay? None at all. No support. No support in my immediate environment, and no support that I could find. It was a long time ago. I felt there was, what was on offer, the little that was on offer, was too, it was too far out there. It was too weird, to be honest, for something that I could feel comfortable with. What I wanted was clear, concise answers, but there weren't any. My dedication is to help you have what I couldn't find. Okay, this is why Inspire exists. It's to help you have that level of understanding that I could never find, and that I know there are hundreds and thousands of sensitives looking for. It's to help you. Inspire is there to help you quicken your journey, and quicken your journey to self-worth, to confidence, and understanding your strength and your skills. The benefits, why would you want to do it? Because you want an inner confidence that only you can explain. In all my years of teaching sensitives how to find themselves in this world, the result that every single one of them says to me, and this is thousands of people, what they say to me is that it helps them to find a confidence that they can't explain. It's not a rah-rah, it's an inner confidence. It's about you, okay? Better stress management. One of the biggest things that upsets a sensitive in life is the amount of stress that their system has to take on. And this is primarily because we're built differently. We have an empathetic nature. We have a hypersensitive nervous system. So we have to be able to learn how to look after it so it sees us through rather than places us in a situation of overwhelm. It is also about your sanity and ultimately what every sensitive is looking for. And what every sensitive is looking for, in my experience, you boil it down, what they're looking for is a sense of emotional freedom. It's emotional freedom. I haven't got a better way of describing it. So Inspire is a 2-day event. Okay, so on day 1 of Inspire, this is what you will learn. You will learn what your role is in the new society. Things are changing. People like Jack, who's a sensitive, who is clearly a young man, a very young man, 15-year-old boy, who's made an incredible difference already. And his difference isn't quiet, it's being noticed already. Even those people who fold their arm, who have folded their arms to him, or perhaps still do fold their arms to him, still have to understand that this is a young man who's made his way through something and made an incredible breakthrough. So you will learn at Inspire on day 1 what your role is in this new society, this new way of doing things, this moving away from a hierarchy, seeing yourself as who you are and accepting it and feeling okay with it rather than expecting rejection and criticism. What you will also learn is how to access what's called high intuition. Okay, we've got different levels of the intuitive self. High intuition is the level that you, I promise you, are looking for. Okay, and you will learn what the success patterns are of the super sensitive. How do you manage yourself in an overwhelming world? Okay, how do you manage yourself so that you access the high intuition? The high intuition leads you to a much better understanding of your life and a comfortable life. It enables you to see things clearly. Why would you want to do that? Well, not to only make your life easier, but to make the life easier of the people around you, so that you can properly engage with it, engage with people and what you're passionate about. You will also experience on day 1 deep meditations and processes. Now, these are the brain food of the sensitive. You're already pretty much familiar with those. If you're somebody who properly engages with my work, you know what those processes and those meditations are in terms of their worth. You know how much of a difference they make. Well, I'm going to give you even deeper ones as far as Inspire is concerned, and those are in person. Now, I save my deepest work for my in-person situations. Okay, so you get my deepest work. Okay, these are the absolute things that connect your way forward. It's the brain food of the sensitive person. You will also learn from my special guest, who is Dr. Helen Fawcett, who is a sensitive herself. You will learn from her why you are tired and wired. I really like that expression because you're two things. You're either really tired or you're really wired, and they flip between the two. This is absolutely linked to how your health is seen, as far as you can perhaps link it to a term that you may understand, which is adrenal fatigue, okay, and how it affects the sensitive individual. As this is a medical practitioner who will tell you why it's happening to you and how you solve it. On day 2 of Inspire, you will learn why sensitives get trapped in the rejection of wealth. Okay, so at some level or another, whether it's financial wealth, whether it's relationship wealth, whether it's confidence wealth, some level or another, sensitives get trapped at some level in the rejection of it. Okay, there is a reason for it. There is a clear reason for it. And what you will learn in day 2 is how to solve that. You will also learn how to move on from the inner critic. This is not just the standard, oh well, you do this and you do that and you tap here and you tap there, and then it all magically disappears. This is the way that sensitives are able to move on. I've had loads of experience in my life of moving from a very hypersensitive position, which is what my system is. This is why I give you this information. My system has been sensitive beyond belief, okay? But I'm engaging with you. I'm not withdrawing in this world, but I could well have done very easily. So the methods that I'm going to show you as far as Inspire is concerned, these are not just, oh, well, if you do this and you rah-rah here and you rah-rah there, it's going to be fine. It's not how it works. It's not how it works in a sensitive system. I will show you how to move on from your inner critic properly and successfully. How do I know it works? Because I've done it myself. You will also learn what makes you biologically geared towards what I call chocolate emotions. Okay, as a sensitive, we are all affected by what I will define as chocolate emotions. I'm not going to give you exactly what that is because I'm saving that for Inspire, but it's a way for you to have an imagery as to what I mean by that, or the possibilities of what I mean by that. And you will learn how to honor your soul path through an advanced enlightenment. Now, this is moving with the aspects of moving on from the inner critic, but we're talking about the real connection as far as your inner and outer world are concerned. How do you get that? Through the soul path and some of the advanced methods towards what we would call enlightenment. Why would you want to do all this? Well, you want to do it to access the true essence of what you're really searching for in life, what purpose really is, and that is an experience of the whole self, okay? To know what an enriched life really feels like, what it feels like, and to learn all of this it's taken years of learning the hard way. So I have spent years learning the hard way in order to be able to show you in 2 days something that I would have absolutely have loved the opportunity of when I started out many years ago. Too many years for me to recall right at this present second in time. I spend 13 hours a day minimum, that is 13 hours a day minimum, every single day, and I can promise you that has been every single day for 15 years, studying and studying, okay, studying and finding information, finding things out about how you operate, okay, what's important to you, how you move through things, how you understand your unconscious world, what it is, how you make those connections. I have spent thousands of hours interacting with sensitives over many years, thousands and thousands and thousands of hours. So I know exactly how you operate. Again, not as a theory. Everything that I show you are things that I have done or am prepared it's not prepared to do, I have done, okay? Because I'm not going to show you theories on things. I don't show you theories on anything. These are all things that I commit to because I've done them, okay? This is not something about, oh, well, if you do this, you get that kind of outcome. This is stuff that works, okay? For me to teach you this level of information over a weekend, so this level of information that I would normally teach over a weekend, you would normally have to come on one of my retreats, which I can tell you now are really not cheap, okay? So Inspire is, and it really is. So why am I doing this weekend? Why am I providing this level of content? If you think, oh, it all sounds a bit too good to be true, well, it is too good for the price that this is being offered at. I can absolutely tell you that, because I would expect to pay probably about 5 times, if not more than that, for a weekend of what you're going to get, okay, from Inspire. So why am I doing it at such a reasonable price? The same reason that Jack is trying to make what he is offering as something that's accessible, okay? It's the event of the year that is accessible to all sensitives. The pricing of it is accessible to everybody, okay? All of those sensitives who want to know about themselves and improve their life. That is why this is at such a good price. It's to give you connection and the opportunity to meet others just like you. So yes, you can, you do a lot of my things online, absolutely, because I'm giving that as something that's accessible to everybody in whatever spot of the world that you're in. But Inspire is your opportunity to come and meet me in person. And I make these events, I make Inspire very close to facilities where you can come in from any point across the world. And we do have a lot of sensitives who attend from all the furthest corners of the world, okay, who do come specifically for this weekend. It's your opportunity to meet others just like you, to make those lifelong friendships and connections. And believe me, people do make these lifelong connections at my events, and Inspire is that opportunity. But primarily, I want to meet you. I love meeting you. I love hearing about your stories of how you've changed something, maybe in something that I've said, and to me it can be something that I kind of said as a moment of inspirational thought, but it means something that is important to you, that's joined the dots for you. So I love that, and I want to meet you. I'm going to get all emotional in a minute, so I'll move on. Because I am passionate about how your life is and how it moves forward. See, here we go, I get all emotional. And that's why I do it. I do it because it's important. It's important for you to be able to engage in this world, to move beyond your confidence issues, so that you properly fit where you're supposed to. You make that level of contribution in your life, whether that's to half a dozen people, one person, or even to yourself. Because the difference that you make, even to yourself, has a ripple effect beyond what you can possibly imagine. So if you want to make a difference in this world, it always starts with yourself. And that is what I am passionate about. I am passionate about it, making that difference for you. Okay? That's why I did put all this time into things. This is why I gather the best information I possibly can to pass on to you. So I guarantee you'll enjoy Inspire. I stand by my content as being the best in the industry. I absolutely stand by it. It's heavily researched. It is put together in a format. This is what I'm known for, is making the complicated easy. I make it in such an easy way for you to understand and to absorb, rather than just intellectualize. If you don't agree, it's not something that Inspire isn't for you, then if you don't agree that the content is great and you're thoroughly enjoying yourself, then tell us at the end of the first day and we will fully refund your ticket. Absolutely, no question. I will fully make sure that your ticket is refunded. You come at the end of the first day and say, do you know what, don't like it. We will fully refund your ticket. This event is 60% full already, okay? This hasn't been released yet. This is people on the on the kind of whispering angle and think, oh, how do I get a ticket? How do I get a ticket? They've found ways and means of making sure that they have secured their space. So it's already 60% full. Okay, so please do book your ticket now, because once the event is full, it is full. Okay, I have a certain limit on in terms of capacity, and I'm not increasing that capacity. Okay, so when it is full, it is full. There is also a fantastic bonus if you're one of my members. Okay, if you're one of my members, you will receive an extra ticket for you to bring a guest. Now, this is an important thing as far as guests are concerned. That guest has to be someone who means something to you. I don't want people there who you have to convince or drag along kicking and screaming. Okay, it has to be someone who you know you can help, but are curious enough to want that experience, and you can bring them along with you. Or as a member, if you haven't got someone who you think, I want to be able to do that with, we will help you pair up with another member. Okay, so you will then be able to pair up with another member in order to get the 2 for 1 pretty much, or the 1 ticket free. Well, it's 1 ticket free, but if you're going with another member, it's kind of 2 for 1. So if you want to do that and you want to become a member and understand what the membership thing is, I can't go all through that right now because we haven't got time for it, then just have a look at the details below. Okay, so book your ticket now. Okay, there is no risk. You're not going to think, oh, if I made a mistake. Your enjoyment is guaranteed, or you will get your money back. Okay, this event is for sensitives. Okay, remember that members get to bring a friend for free. Now, what that means is that you have to understand who this is for and who it's not for. Okay, Inspire is for the sensitive individual. If you think, well, I'm not sure I'm a sensitive, I don't know if I'm intuitive, I don't know if I'm a healing person, I don't know if I'm going to understand this stuff, I don't know if I'm conscious enough, I don't know if I'm get a deep enough internal experience about things. For you to be listening to me right now, watching this, you're a sensitive, because you wouldn't even have bothered clicking on here to have a look at. But what the event is not for, it is not for people who don't want to know. Okay, so the friend that you bring has to be someone who, or the family member has to be someone who willingly wants to attend, not someone that you're trying to convince. Why? Because you will spend the weekend being uncomfortable, because you'll be thinking, do they like it? Do they like it? Do they like it? How do I know that? Because you're a sensitive, and that's what we do. We have uncomfortable feelings that go on, and we need to make sure that the person next to us who we've got there is comfortable and they're enjoying themselves. It's something that we have to have, rather than just allowing ourselves to be there and relax into our environment. So it's not for people you have to convince, but it's for you, most certainly. And if you're questioning, am I sensitive? Yes, you most definitely are, because you're still listening to me. So click the button below to register, and I absolutely look forward to seeing you at Inspire, which is the event of the year for sensitives.
She is the inspiration for thousands across the globe, an author, presenter and speaker. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Heidi Sawyer.
I just felt I had nothing to lose, and I've just gained everything. I gained many insights into myself and the journey that I'm on.
It's given me the opportunity to look at myself in a different light. I actually did learn a lot more about me as a soul in what Heidi's taught us.
It just feels totally and utterly right. It's inspirational. I just feel that when you talk about your psychic ability, it's just really at one with everything else. And I think it's helped me to stop putting a label on that and just accept that it really is at one with what I am.
Before I came to Inspire, I had no hope. I thought I was going to be really, really low for the rest of my life. I was trapped with emotions. And since I've met Heidi, she's done so much and opened my emotions out, and I feel like I've got a lot of hope and joy for my life to come with my son, and realise that actually I can get over the challenges of my past life.
It's a different way of approaching what is really quite crucial and one of the key aspects of healing, whether it's for yourself or whether you want to apply healing to another person.
Heidi helped me to absolutely transform my perception of myself and to just be able to accept that I am who I am and that I do have the abilities to do what I want to do. And ultimately, I am living my dream.
I actually have a greater grasp of life than I actually imagined I had. And that's been a huge clarity thing for me. But thoroughly enjoyed Heidi. I think she's a very relaxed approach. She's a very good communicator, which is essential if you're teaching such very fine work, because not everybody can grasp that inner stuff, and it needs to be taught with a definite kind of clarity, and I think she has that, which is great.
Really, really enjoyed it. It's been amazing, absolutely amazing. It's lifted my energy immensely. That's all I can say.